couple of times. Sensational Ducks. Emenia feeding up top for Maliq Brown. Let's fly, and hits it.
We had this conversation earlier. Jon Scheyer just wants Maliq Brown to shoot the open ones. He says he's more than capable of knocking down threes. Maliq Brown checking in and taking the first opportunity and taking advantage of it.
And he left it behind, nearly picked off. Abdallah scooped it up. Shot clock down to 8. Into the corner for Hansberry. Got it!
And somewhat of a slow closeout by Boozer, not respecting Hansberry, who made three field goals against Louisville, which is a career high for him, shooting the basketball better from beyond the arc.
One of the best players in the conference this season. 15 points, 9 rebounds a game, and a pick stolen away by Lawal with the quick hands.
Toby, I almost wish he didn't mishandle that one. I wanted to see what Toby Lawal was going to do in the open floor with that much space.
Yeah, you weren't alone here. Bedford on the drive. Quick hands of Maliq Brown. Leads the world in deflections. Abdallah catches, fires. Got a great look, but again couldn't bury it. He's just having a really hard time. Last 3 games, he is 8 for 40.
And he's only shooting 18.8% from 3 as Isaiah Evans lines one up and is able to knock it down. But you talk about Abdallah, who got off to such a great start earlier this year, 33 against Providence. But he has really struggled in ACC play to score the basketball, not even in double figures.
Well, talk about him being an NBA lottery pick when the season got underway. Abdallah with the feed. He's an excellent passer. Lawal with the spin, running into traffic. Boozer came over to help. He got it anyway.
And that's just athleticism. Lawal was walled off by both Boozer and Maliq Brown, 2 elite defenders, stopping him from getting to the basket. But the athleticism just allows him to jump over top of both defenders and get a bucket.
Brown left alone for the triple, can't connect. Abdallah around the back. Hansberry rolling to the basket, but it's Lawal open. He's had a sensational dunk here in the first half. Can't hit the 3-pointer. Caleb Foster under the weather, but now into the game. Duke on top 11-9. Quick moving. Foster will line one up. Got it. He looked fully healthy there.
Yeah, great sign to see Caleb Foster knock down his first opportunity from 3. Shooting the basketball better and with more confidence as of late. 34% ACC play for Foster. He knocked down 1 against Louisville on Monday as well.
Took 6 out of 11 from the field. Hansberry with the high post. Abdallah already under 13 minutes. Expect this game to fly today. Hammond to Hansberry. Abdallah will swing it. The open shooter, Bedford. Well, they did everything they wanted to do there.
Great ball movement, OB. You said on point with that one. However, if you're going to beat the Blue Devils, who are number 2 in the net rankings, you got to make those opportunities. You're going to have to make threes to beat Duke because they're so difficult to beat on this end of the floor.
Still haven't had a timeout. Now a foul.
And now looking to pull off another top 5 win here in Castle Coliseum.
Best win so far, triple overtime, the thriller against rival Virginia on New Year's Eve, and a quick inbound strike for Duke.
The great touch by Gungba was unable to get to the rim, and Patrick Gungba going up against his former teammate, Gerdak, Christian Gerdak, checking into the game. These guys were also teammates at Paul VI before Gerdak transferred to Gonzaga College Prep.
Jaden Shooter wears number 2 for the Hokies, former Duke Blue Devil now into the fray. Fight for the rebound. And look at Brown going into the corner, hustling for it. It's off him and out of play. But just one of the great defenders in the country. Over 100 deflections for the Duke Blue Devil.
And OB, you talked about Jaden Shute. He was part of Jon Scheyer's first ever recruiting class at Duke. As a matter of fact, he and Caleb Foster were in the same class at Duke. So you think about 2 guys who have been teammates before.
Hammond nearly stepped out. Here's Shoots. who can really fire it off the back of the iron there. He's hitting 41% from three. Virginia Tech chilly so far beyond the arc, 1 for 7.
Dame Sarr also into the game, who is normally a starter but under the weather, so both he and Caleb Foster, who are two of their better perimeter defenders, now checking into the game and giving it a chance.
I'm not sure who's feeling 100% these days. Duke certainly not on that turnover. Take your time, don't get hurt.
Obi, that vehicle is aptly named after my niece, Kendall Brooks, who is a graduate of Virginia Tech in 2020. And again, it is perfect for the weather and what we were seeing. Our bosses asked, how are you going to get there? I said, oh, I'm going to drive. Don't worry, I'll be fine. And I made sure I got to the game.
That was awfully sweet of you. When you showed up in that thing, I'm like, we're going to be just fine today. We're going to make it to the arena. That's job one. Foster up top to Gungba. And looking inside, Darren Harris, the sophomore from Virginia, now into the game for the Blue Devils. Gungba will launch one. Got a great look. It's been a trouble spot for him, though. Just 4 for 27 for the year at the three.
And that's the only area where he's had any issues. Had a great year thus far for the Blue Devils. And as a playmaker, is trying to attack the paint as well. But, Obi, think about that possession alone as Maliq Brown comes up with the steal.
His tip, second effort, up and good.
But John Shire told us pregame, quite possibly our three best players could be all in the front court. You talk about Boozer, of course, but then you start talking about Patrick Gungba, who could be a first-round pick as well this year, and Maliq Brown, who is really the leader of this team, both on the defensive end of the floor and vocally. So you think about those three guys and how much they have the basketball in their hands as of late.
Maybe not the most fluid lineup offensively when those guys are playing together, but defensively, they can lock you up.
Well, a lot of it has to do with the versatility of each and every one of those guys.
Sarr off the fake and takes a hit.
About the fact that Caleb and Cameron, the two best freshmen in the ACC, going at it next Saturday.
Can't wait for that. Carlos, by the way, still has one of the great beards you're going to see anywhere. Phenomenal. So envious.
Obi, I need to see you with the beard. Wait, if you're envious, I need to see that.
Do not want to see that, believe me. Bank shot won't go for Hansberry. And Duke has locked in a 26-13 lead. Tech started out shooting the ball well, but since then 1 for 6.
Player in the country in either side of the game.
Tapped away, another deflection there by Maliq Brown. Gets his hands on everything. He's had as many as 12 deflections in a game this season. 33-18. Amani Hansberry back in after a quick sit on the bench, so a great sign for Mike Young as he returns fast from that collision. Dallas, Hansberry swinging it outside for Bedford and a triple. Look good coming off the hand.
Shot into the bleachers, into the first row above that 10-foot wall behind the basket.
Toby Lawal today. And Mike Young said he's the best athlete I've coached. Foster pounding that one into the corner. Amenya with the dish. Out it goes, deflected by Virginia.
Spot, so I'm not sure that you use that challenge at that point, but and again, it's easy for me to say that now after it's unsuccessful.
Foster trying to get a shot up there, heaves it, it won't drop. And Hammond with the rebound. Hokies in need of a run here. Hammond on the wing.
But Obi, I'll tell you this, and I've done a lot of NBA basketball in the last 4 seasons. And one thing that coaches rely on is for their players to make it up afterwards. And Imani Hansberry makes up for costing his team that challenge, going to the bucket and getting a basket.
Mike Young using the Reggie Jackson reference. He says he's the straw that stirs the drink for the Hokies. He's doing it right now. Deflection picked up by Foster. He'll lay it in.
But Hansberry did get a hand on that lob attempt from Foster, which hurt the Hokies in the first half. That time, Hansberry getting a hand on it, just unable to corral it.
Hokies playing their way back into this thing in the early minutes of the second half. They trailed by as many as 16 in the first half. Amenya hit the deck. Foster has it knocked away by Lawal and stolen. Hammond and a whistle with 83-52. They have 8 quad 1 victories this year, most in the league. Hansberry wants the ball every time down. Boozer bodies up on him. Abdallah swings it. Hammond with the long one, in and out. That was in the cylinder.
It really was. Ben Hammond, who's been shooting the three so well, comes in 7 of 10 in his last 2 games, but yet to be able to see it go down 0 for 3 here this afternoon.
Brown left alone, can't connect. Rebound tipped. Boozer battling everybody for the board. Brown down the lane for the slam.
Once again, sharing the basketball between the bigs. Boozer with the offensive rebound finds a cutting Maliq Brown for the easy 2-hand slam.
8 or 9 dunks today already for the Duke Blue Devils. They have 8 officially. Shoot off a great fake, gets open, yes!
That was confident, OB. You could tell Jaden Shoot practices that often, similar to you out in the backyard shoveling snow, so you could get a bucket.
Yeah, in my dreams. Foster, shoots, sticking to him. Brown finds the lane again. Caden Boozer jumping in the paint and finishes.
And the Hokies wanting a foul on them. It felt like Maliq Brown pushed Toby the wall in the back, taking him out of being able to contest the layup from Boozer.
Caden Boozer's played a very steady floor game.
He really has, and that's who he is, OB. He doesn't get rattled. He understands all the attention that his twin brother gets, but he stays the course and goes out and does whatever he can do to help his team win.
Shot clock to 6. Abdallah will try another long one, and he just does not look like a confident shooter. 48-39, Duke. Caden Boozer with the feed to his brother, and not to be denied.
The Blue Devils did that was 2 years ago at Boston College, where they did not shoot 1 free throw in the first half.
So Boozer with 14. Will shoot, and banks it in. Gets a triple, and not even a smirk.
But Shoot fortunate he didn't get called for offensive foul on that possession. He kicked that right leg out. If Boozer hits that leg, they could take that off and call it an offensive foul. So going off the glass was the least of his concerns.
Boozer with the kick into the corner, and the shot will not fall by Sarr, but a whistle.
Against his previous school, big matchup for Kentucky, really trying to get back into the mix in SEC action.
Caleb Foster, shot clock to 7. Got off the pass to Cam Boozer. Tough catch out of the double. Here's Brown and takes a hit as well as he makes the shot.
Sutton a chance for a 3-point play. Look where Maliq Brown comes from. He comes from the opposite wing, doesn't stand, waiting for the basketball, and now is unable to convert the 3-point play, but another offensive rebound.
How about that board? That's just effort. Beating everybody to it and give him 16. There's never a sense of panic with Boozer.
No. And it's really with both of them. We talked about Caden and his presence on the perimeter. With Cameron, he's always in control.
Boy, Hansberry is hot. And they need his hot hand. He gets him back to 10.
Yeah, his 4th 3 of the game. Hansberry really having his way offensively. But the problem for the Hokies isn't on the offensive side, is they can't right now stop the Blue Devils.
Caden Boozer feeds his brother in the paint. Back to Brown. Great ball movement. It's Foster open. Well, he got the shot he wanted. That's going to be tipped out of play, and it'll go the other way. Tommy Sarr's 3rd foul. Started the day not feeling well anyway. Ben Hammond at 5'11", looking to drive. Boozer trying to seal him off. He made it tough on him. Rebound comes out high for Bedford. Got it. You can feel the momentum shift in the building.
And the Castle guard getting involved in the game. The crowd here trying to encourage their team to pull off a win versus one of the top 5 teams in the country.
Foster the drive and kick. Sark can't hit it. Take it away on a hustle play by Foster.
But this is what's hurt the Hokies. They're giving up the shots that they want. They want Sarr to have to beat them from the perimeter.
From the outside, around and out by Sarr.
But they give up another offensive rebound. This time Maliq into the paint. But it's not always by his guards penetrating. Oftentimes it's more with his bigs as the ball handlers.
Kane Boozer reaching and committing a foul. So the freshman is the fourth team foul for Duke. So the Hokies to put it in. Within striking distance against the number 4 team in the country, undefeated in the ACC, and another shove and a foul. That one on Himenia, the 6'8 freshman. His third.
John Shire telling his team to be smart. 3 fouls on this possession alone. And all they're doing is getting it closer to the bonus for the Hokies. Trying to be aggressive defensively and get through those screens, but it's resulted in fouls.
5 team fouls. Shoot back for Bedford. Bedford looking to drive and fire off the front iron. They get a second chance. Hansberry. His shoot from the corner.
Another one of those opportunities to get right back into the game. If you knock down that 3, it makes it a 5-point game. But now it's an opportunity for the Blue Devils to turn it into double digits on the other end.
Virginia Tech has been running into that speed bump over and over, unable to get over it today. Duke has made sure of that. Boozer down the lane to the left hand, and he is not going to be denied.
5-point swing. You don't take care of the 3, and then Boozer gets a bucket on the other end and compares to a 5-point game that becomes 10, and now the Blue Devils have a little more breathing room.
Boozer 20 points, 13th game this season with 20 or more. He has had a fantastic season. Hansberry trying to get him a little bit closer. He's been the man in the second half. And a whistle with 2:28 to play. It's just 7 seconds on a shot clock there.
Yeah, bail out defensively. On that possession, Boozer reaching, picks up the foul. But between the last 2 possessions, that's 4 fouls on the Blue Devils. So the next one, the Hokies will be in the bonus.
First of the day for Cam Boozer. Time starting to run out here for the Hokies in their upset bid on their home floor. Out for Bedford, not there. They've had a chance with a couple of threes they've not been able to make, and they've missed their last 5 from 3-point line.
But they're getting good looks, and you got guys who are making the right plays, you're making the right pass. It's just unable to knock down those threes, and the timing of them hurts so much because you're trying to find a way to get back into the game.
And Duke milking some clock. Amenia back for Cam Boozer, shot clock to 6. Boozer attacks, leaning inside. It's tipped back out. Shot clock resets to 20. And again, precious seconds coming off that clock here for Virginia Tech. Duke closing in on their 20th win of the season. Foster, here's Boozer. Got it! That felt like the dagger.
For Cameron Boozer, 23 points, where he averages 23 and a half, but so efficient. 9 of 12 from the field, OB. 2 of 3 from 3, 3 of 3 at the free throw line to go along with 8 boards and 5 assists. I'm not sure we've seen his best basketball yet, but what we're seeing is pretty good.
Which is saying a lot. The first Duke freshman with a pair of 35-point games this year, Indiana State and Arkansas. 23 and 8 today, along with 5 assists. That's off the foot. Shoot hitting the deck. Trying to get it free. Tied up on the play. Possession.
Competitive, but at the same time keeping their cool.
You and I have been in this building many times where Virginia Tech has given Duke a very, very tough run. But Duke built a 16-point lead in the first half. And although they got it into single digits, Virginia Tech has never led in this contest.
But Virginia Tech continued to make it interesting. They just had so many opportunities from three that they were unable to knock down in those crucial moments that could have made it one possession or two possession games.
Armenia hits one from the paint. So Duke about to go to 9-0 in the ACC and win their 20th game of the year and improve to 20-1. Also looking to win 31 of 32 ACC games.